The British ships too. They took that. Fat, tallow, make soap. Soap is a big thing. Candles out of the beef tallow. Nothing was wasted. Your horns. What do you do with horns? Anybody have an idea what you can make out of a horn?
Buttons.
Do you have an idea? You got your buttons. Dig a man in Europe, in Asia. You got your combs. Made out of cow horn. You got a container. They made a salt container out of cow horn. Drinking cups. Spoons. And my favorite, rolling dice. Gambling was a big thing out here on the rancho. Dice and Spanish Monte. It was a form of playing cards. It was a quick game. The Native Americans caught on to real fast. It was a fast game. You could win money really fast. You could lose it really fast. But it was fun. It was fast. It was a fast game. One of the oldest games in America. Does anybody have an idea what this is? That's twist tobacco. That's how they exported it for trade. Out here in California, the Spanish, the Mexicans were notorious tobacco smokers. Not a good thing, but it was a bad habit back then, as it is today. That's your tobacco. That's how it's traded. How did they roll it? These are cigarettes. The paper, the wrapper, made from corn husk. That's how they rolled their tobacco and smoked it. Men and women smoked it. It was common out here. No? This is a silver-plated tobacco container. This is how they used to carry their tobacco. They kept it fresh, preserved it for quite a long time. Wow. Again, going back to the horn, there's an art form too. Somebody got creative. They could make a bird out of the horn. The Native Americans were very creative. Loved doing artwork. This one actually came from Africa, but it gives you an idea of what they could do with a horn, a cow horn. And then your powder horns, or your gunpowder. Everything was used. You didn't waste nothing. Even the brain matter from the steer's head, you mix that with lime, and there was a tanning process to cure the tanning hides. You rub it into the hide to make it real soft, like this coat, like the Armidas. Nothing was wasted. Even the hoofs that time, there's a process where you could use the hoofs and turn it into a glue. Everything was used. Of course, the meat you use for consumption. You know, you eat that, dry it up, beef jerky, turn it into stack up, whatever they call it. Nothing was wasted on the steer. So you can see the value of that cattle. Anybody see the movie True Grit?
The new one or the original?
You see the part where they're making a camp, they put the rope around the bed. That's supposed to keep the rattlesnakes from going through there, getting into your bedroll. Well, a lot of people think that's just an old wives' tale. And it is to a point, but there's a reality to it also. In the movie, this is a regular cotton rope he's throwing around that bedroll. Well, that rattlesnake, he would crawl over that and bite you. In reality, what they really used was a horsehair rope. It's prickly, and the snake, he feels that, he won't go over. So there's a difference in what you use with the equipment. Just keep that in mind. Next time you tell someone about the movie, they blew it in the movie. They didn't have the right rope. But anyway, this is a lead rope. And it's made from the mane of a horse. Feel that? I don't think a snake would want to crawl over that. Later on, when I'm done with the talk, you guys can come up here and look at this stuff, hands on, whatever you want to do with it. Just don't take it home with you. So this is the This is a Sinaloa saddle. It comes from the state of Sinaloa, Mexico. It's still being made today in remote ranching areas, but the pattern is still the same as 200 years ago. So out here in California, you probably see the same type of saddle being used out here. Very lightweight, made out of wood and covered with rawhide. Again, everything's used for cattle. The machia would come off. The only reason that's on there is to protect the straps and everything on the saddle. So it'll serve its purpose. Again, the cinch of the saddle was made out of horsehair. Everything was used. Nothing was wasted. Someone shoot that train. I don't mind the birds. The train is bothering me. Well, this is deer hide. Deer hide. What you're seeing on here are all the local brands up and down California. The Mission brand. The Vaqueros would carry something like this on their saddlebag when it came time to separate the cattle and the horses so they could make a decision of who owned the brand.
Mission San Pedro.
There you go. Very good.
Mission San Pedro. Yes.
The earthquake.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a little notebook to give you an idea of the different brands here in California. They would always carry something like this.
Yep, that's a hawk.
That's a good omen.
He wants to talk to you, Joe.
Huh?
He wants to talk to you.
What else I got here? Later on, I brought a steering in here. If anybody wants to try their hand at roping, practice out here in the green here. Is there any questions right offhand? Did you ever got that?
Some ropes were made out of horsehair and some were rope.
The rawhide riata. What did I do?
It's on the saddle.
I'm getting old. No offense. The rawhide riata was used for roping. It could be anywhere from 3 to 4 to 6 strands of rawhide. Very strong. They won't break on that. That's what you use to rope the wild horses and the steers.
So that's the working.
This is the working rope, the riata. The horsehair rope is used for lead ropes for the horses. There's a reason why they use it and why they wanted it working like that. When you're training a horse, one of the most sensitive part of the horse is the neck. And when you're training with a hackamore, see, I got them right here. You know what I had here? When you first start breaking your horses, your colts and all that, you start out with a hackamore, or a hackama is what they call it. And they use the horsehair because you want him to get sensitive to what's on him. You know, that's really against his neck. He's going to want to turn this way or that way. So that's a working rope. Lead rope is what we use. And then another item they use is to tie things down every day. To tie stuff down, your tent, whatever. This is hemp rope. It's made out of hemp. So every rope, type of rope has a purpose, working purpose. Any other questions? Your cowboy spurs. Again, there's a misconception. A lot of people think it used to be cruel on the horse. It was not so at all. It's just to let you know. If you just tap yourself real lightly on your rib cage, you know it's going to get your attention. And basically, that's what they wanted to use the spur for, was to get the horse to kind of go a little quicker. But they never want to stab that horse or make it bleed. Because again, folks, the last thing you want to do is hurt your horse, because that's your livelihood, that's your bread and butter. That's what's going to save you across the desert, across the mountains, whatever. That's like family. The last thing you want to do is hurt that animal. You know, a lot of people got the wrong idea about what the spur was all about. And even the poor whip, they think this is cruel. And it really, it's not.